Welcome, and I'm so glad that we found each other. If you'd like to jump ahead to the daily tarot reads, check the timestamps in the description below. For my part, I had an awesome week last week. I had the opportunity to study gong techniques with Mike Tamburo at Fresh Prana Yoga Studio in Miami. I learned so much, and I even incorporated some of the things I learned into a new 17-minute sound bath now posted on my YouTube channel. If you're interested in checking that out, I've linked it below. Before we get into the tarot reading, let's touch on a little bit of next week's astrology before we pull your light and shadow cards for the week. A quick disclaimer. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Tarot is not meant to replace real mental health professionals or licensed therapists. If you or someone that you know is struggling, I've listed resources in the description below. For our general weekly overview, energetically, we're still in the 10-day time period associated with the Eight of Wands small card. This time period runs from November 23rd to December 2nd. The Eight of Wands is associated with travel, movement, swift thoughts. So, given that it's Thanksgiving week, you might feel a lot of swift energy happening, maybe some miscommunications going on, especially in light of Mercury Retrograde. So now's the time to slow down before you act or speak. I cannot stress enough how fitting it is that Eight of Wands comes during the Thanksgiving holiday. And the big news this week, Mercury has been retrograde since November 9th and finally goes direct on Saturday, November 29th. If you've been dealing with miscommunications, travel delays, technological issues, relief is going to be coming. Saturday marks the beginning of things moving forward with a bit more clarity. Those are the big themes for the week. Let's go ahead and pull your cards. For Monday, November 24th, we have light, we have shadow. For light, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. For our shadow, we have the Nine of Wands upright. Knight of Pentacles reversed. In the upright position, the Knight of Pentacles is all about creating a solid plan, routine. He's not the sexy knight, but he's certainly the knight that you're going to call upon if you need to get something done and someone to be reliable about it. Upside down might indicate that perhaps things are a bit disorganized. Maybe you don't have all of your ducks in a row. Maybe you need to start to really sit down and lay your plans in front of you before you act on things. Particularly in light of the fact that underneath all of this with your Nine of Wands means that you are really tired. You really have to draw upon the last of your energy reserves in order to get a project done or in order to bring something into fruition. So with the Nine of Wands, you can see this individual is standing in a defensive but very haggard position with a lot of space between each of the wands that they're trying to protect. Basically, what this is saying is that try as you might not be able to cover all of your bases. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you don't want to do what you're doing or that you're a bad person. It just means that there's more for you to try and carry than you actually can. So in order maybe to find more protection to close some of these gaps, you might really need to start to get your stuff together in order to make a plan and to get the bases covered so that you don't have so many holes in the armor, if you will. For Tuesday, November 25th, we have light and we have shadow. Both cards reversed. Our light is the Tower reversed. The shadow is the Six of Wands reversed. I've been pulling the Tower quite a bit the last few weeks, and I know from speaking to friends in my own life, there's been a lot of very cataclysmic, surprising, and sometimes not so surprising things going on. Just because it's not surprising doesn't mean it doesn't suck. And that's kind of what the Tower reversed means. The Tower reversed is like, you might have known that a bad thing was coming, but man, it really sucks when it still happens. There's still things kind of falling out of the sky. Stuff might not be working out so well, but it maybe isn't quite so shocking. And the Six of Wands reversed, the Six of Wands in the upright position is the victory card. It's all about celebrating your wins. So in reversal, it might mean that there's a delay in this. So especially in light of the fact that the Tower is reversed, given that things maybe didn't go the way you planned, or there were some shocking endings or shocking situations that arose while you were trying to get something done, it means that the victory that you wanted to celebrate with this thing you've been doing might be a little bit delayed. If you're finding this helpful, hit that like button so more people can find these readings. For Wednesday, November 28th, our light card is the Queen of Cups. Our shadow card is the Knight of Wands. The Queen of Cups is in complete control and awareness of her intuition and her emotional depths. This is a woman or a feminine leaning figure who knows a lot about how to emotionally take care of people, protect people, make them feel seen, make them feel heard. This could be you, this could be someone close in your life. The Knight of Wands underneath it, though, is very much a card about here for a good time, not here for a long time. So, if this is a person that you know, it's possible that maybe there's seemingly a lot of emotional compassion and aptitude and a willingness to lend an ear for you if you need it. But maybe underneath, this person might not entirely have your best interest at heart. They might want the information either to do something with it because they want to run with it, or because they are trying to simply know more about you because they want to know stuff, not necessarily because they're really interested in holding space for you. For Thursday, November 27th, a day when many of us will likely be with friends or family. For our light card, we have the Hermit reversed. For our shadow card, we have the Three of Crystals. The Hermit card is very much about going within, introspection, finding your own inner light, and walking according to that path. So the upside down position might indicate a hesitation or not wanting to have to go within to look at what's there in order to kind of clean up your own mess. And the Three of Crystals, aka Three of Swords in traditional decks, really doubles down that message to me. It says there might be some clutter there, some things you don't want to think about, things you don't want to rehash. That's really, really hurtful. And I know that sometimes being around friends and family can be a little bit tricky on holidays. So remember, as you are sitting around a table breaking bread with people, to hold compassionate space, not only for others, but for yourself as well. Note when you are feeling triggered by something and see if you can soften your edges a little bit more. See how much you can allow for people to get things off of their chest they might need to get off their chest without taking it so personally and holding it in. Because holding in all of that muck, it's not your problem. You are bigger than that. You're better than that. You're growing, you're learning, right? So turn this card right side up by trusting yourself that you're doing the things you need to do to grow in your own life. Don't worry about what other people want to do or say to you on this day. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a weekly pull. For Friday, November 28th, our light card is the Emperor reversed. Our shadow is the Four of Crystals. So coming off of a holiday week with family, you might be feeling very tired and a little bit bone dry. So the Emperor card is sort of the King Midas who can turn everything to gold. But remember, you can't drink gold. You can't hug gold. I guess you can hug gold, but if you touch someone and turn them into gold, gold is going to be a lot less comfortable than hugging a warm body. So maybe someone has either used money or manipulation tactics to not make you feel very good this week. And you need to rest. Take Friday, relax, rejuvenate, meditate, release. If things are bothering you this week, or if things still feel really chaotic and fast, you really need to take time to fill your own emotional coffers in order to not feel burned out as you finish off the weekend or as you go into next week. For Saturday, November 29th, with Mercury going direct, our light is Four of Wands, our shadow is Eight of Wands. How fitting. So Four of Wands, this is a matrimony card, celebration, foundation, family building. This is a very nice card, especially in light of kind of all of the other energy that's felt kind of cataclysmic, really swift, a little bit exhausting. So Saturday might be a day where you're like, okay, I got through the responsibilities I needed to get through this week. I came out the other side. I've taken the day to relax and rest a little bit. And now I'm going to actually take some time for my Friendsgiving or to go spend time with people, things, situations that really fill my spirit. Do something on this day to make yourself feel stabilized, to remind yourself that there are good people in your life that have your back, that want to see your highest self come forth. That's all about this Four of Wands energy. And then Eight of Wands, maybe there's a quick trip. Maybe you're doing a getaway this weekend. Maybe you're just like, you know what? I haven't had any time to myself. I've done everything for everyone else this week. I want to go get away with my honey, go spend some time with a person I really care about, and do a quick day trip. I hope that you do. That sounds so fun. And lastly, for Sunday, November 30th, our light card is Eight of Pentacles reversed. Our shadow card is the Tower upright. Eight of Pentacles reversed. So, Eight of Pentacles is all about applying yourself in order to make a new something grow, a new, generally new job, new project, new hobby, new thing that you're trying to bring into the material plane. So, upside down, the reversal would indicate that maybe you don't have your ducks in a row, or you're procrastinating, or you don't believe in yourself. And with the Tower underneath it, maybe there's just more news that's keeping you from focusing your attention on this project, this thing that you've been wanting to build. Given that the Tower showed up twice, the Tower showed up for us on Tuesday as well. I'm seeing a lot of really cataclysmic, kind of heartbreaking energy this week, and kind of a denial and not wanting to really look at things. So, in a general overview, as I look at the cards, kind of Monday through Sunday, so underneath 4 of the 7 days, you have Wands energy, meaning things are moving fast, things are hot, you're feeling defensive, you're wanting to get stuff done, or someone else wants you to get stuff done. It's just a lot of clip, 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 go, 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 and not maybe wanting to rest. Also, you have both the Three of Swords and the Tower card that popped up. So I'm still seeing a lot of heartbreak and maybe just an inability to move into this new phase of what you want to do. And I know it's tough. It's the end of the year. So a lot of people are just trying to hang on and wrap up what they've got before they launch into 2026. I completely understand that. But try as much as you can to help yourself create to-do lists or post-its or whatever it is that you need to chip away at things one piece at a time. Rome was not built in a day. You can't do every single thing overnight. For me, I like to lay things out in a notebook, and then I'll type stuff out either in my calendars or I use my Google Suite or whatever it is. But finding ways to slow yourself down, to take meditative time, quality time, to create a plan for yourself so that you know how you can execute things, and so that you have a place to refer back to if you get everything done and you need to figure out more things that you can sort of chip away at. That's a lot of what I'm seeing. And also just maybe a lot of coming out of hurt or feeling like you're being controlled by other people. There's a lot of a desire to maybe create quality time with your own person, and also to take quality time for yourself. That's a lot of what this read is showing. Before we close out our read, I always like to look at the bottom of each of the decks, of our light and shadow decks, to see what's underneath all of the reads. So the Five of Pentacles reversed is underneath on our light. So a lot of job stuff. And I know that there's a lot of job things in the news, and I've been seeing a lot of job things with friends and with family members. So the Five of Pentacles, this is the destitution card. And this is a card that's all about getting alms for the poor. So upside down actually would indicate that you're probably coming out of that phase. Hopefully you have found the help that you need, or you're getting professional guidance, you're taking extra classes, you're reading extra professional books or things to help to set your career or your, as I like to call, material endeavors, the things you're manifesting, hopefully setting those on a more productive path for yourself. But it's certainly not without some hurt feelings and some big kind of cataclysmic things along the way. And then for our shadow card, we have the King of Wands reversed. So King of Wands upright, this person would be, it's very close to the way that the King of Pentacles feels for me. This is like CEO energy, and the King of Pentacles is more like the CFO. So the person managing finances, versus this is the person who has like the ideas, the drive, the investors, like the person going out and getting all of the things. In the upside down position, it's very much similar to the Emperor card, the Emperor, which we saw on Thanksgiving. So I feel like this week, the theme, when you pair the Five of Pentacles reversed with the Knight of Wands reversed, I feel like you're having to go ask somebody for money. And there's a lot of anxiety maybe about having to go do it. And maybe this person's not always very nice about it. King of Wands reversed, to be totally honest with you, is kind of a bully. So if there's a lot of bullying energy this week, or pressure to like get everything done because it's a holiday week, you can get done what you can get done. Don't be trying to push on anybody for anything. If you're doing stuff for yourself, that's one thing. But if you're trying to appease other people, know that it simply cannot always be done. Sometimes you just have to live and let live. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs this message this week. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's tarot reading. Remember, you have the power to work with these energies consciously. The cards show us possibilities, not certainties. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your intuition above all else. And if you found this helpful, I'd love for you to like, share, or comment below with what resonated most for you. And I'll see you next week for another poll. Until then, trust yourself and move with intention. Take care.